Millions meant for community development are at risk, while young people die without jobs, without sports facilities, and without hope. We have called for justice for the crimes of apartheid because we cannot continue to pretend that the blood of our martyrs has dried. It has not. The murderers of the past live with impunity. They write books, they receive Nobel Prizes, they appear on television, they are celebrated as statesmen, while the families of the murdered know no justice. We want the TRC recommendation implemented. We want those who committed crimes against humanity to face the full might of the law, and we will not rest until there is justice for our people. Fighters, we say today at the funeral of our young people that our struggle is global. The pain of our children is connected to the pain of children in Palestine, where bombs are dropped on homes, hospitals, and schools. The screams of mothers in Gaza echo the cries we hear here. We say to the Israeli apartheid regime, the world is watching, and history will judge you harshly. The EFF stands firmly with the people of Palestine and will never be neutral in the face of genocide. We stand in full solidarity with Iran, a country under siege from Western imperialism for choosing independence. We reject the bullying of this nation by the United States, Israel, and its allies. And we stand by their right to defend themselves by any means necessary. Let Israel finally have a taste of the devastation and violence it has perpetrated in Gaza. We are anti-imperialist because we understand that our struggle for freedom is bound to the struggle of all oppressed people across the world. As we reflect on the lives of the young people we are laying to rest today, young people whose lives were full of potential and courage, we must also lift our eyes beyond our borders and draw strength from examples of youth who are living proof that another future is possible. One such example is the fearless and principled revolutionary, Captain Ibrahim Traore, the president of Burkina Faso, who took power not out of greed, but out of an urgent need to liberate his people from the clutches of neocolonialism and foreign military domination. Traore is a living symbol of the return of revolutionary leadership in Africa. He is a young man who, like Thomas Sankara before him, has rejected Western puppet regime, expelled French troops from Burkina Faso soil, and reclaimed the dignity of his people. At only 36 years old, Traore has shown more courage and conviction than many leaders twice his age. He has put his life on the line to defend his nation's sovereignty and natural resources. He has stood firm in the face of threats from imperialist forces, and he has remained the world that Africa is not for sale. We invoke his name here today because he represents the future our young people could have. Because when we speak of the youth who died in this tragedy, we must also speak of the youth who are still standing, still fighting, and still changing the world. Captain Traore is one of them. We say to our young people, do not be discouraged by this dark moment. Be inspired by it. Take the spirit of those we bury today and let it fuel your fire. Let it remind you that leadership does not come with age. It comes with clarity of purpose, with love for the people, and with a willingness to confront injustice wherever it shows itself. The EFF calls on the youth of South Africa and the continent to follow in the footsteps of young revolutionaries like Traore by rising, organizing, and building a future where Africa is free from exploitation, free from foreign control, and free from leaders who serve only themselves. As we mourn the lives of these young people, we are reminded of a painful truth in this country: to be young and black is to suffer.